The dangers of
Follow along
driving
with me,
under the
loves.
influence.
This is why your judgment
EP2.
can be off, and the liquid courage will make you think you can drive like that. When
Heartbreak
you're driving
Hotline.
with a clear head, you're less able to predict or respond to possible problems on the road. This is joke, people. I'm sorry, God. My sinuses. But I had to do this before the weekend. Drinking also causes memory lapses and blackouts where your brain doesn't transfer short-term memories into long-term memories. This typically happens when your BAC, blood alcohol level, reaches 0.16. You may not be aware of your actions. Yeah, I know it happens all the time. Now we're going to talk about the increased chance of being involved in a car accident. My loves. You're not. Each day is a blessing from God, and you don't know when your time is worth it. But don't do stuff to increase it, okay? I know we all have a good time, but don't get so caught up in the moment that you forget that there is a tomorrow, or that you have to wake up. Okay? Nothing is so fun that you risk your life. You already risk your life every day you walk out the door. Don't increase your chances doing stupid stuff. And I care about y'all enough to tell you this. And I mean, that's why I got my shoe too, because I'm telling you, I ain't scared to pop somebody's child. I'm a grandma, not bad. I'm ready to whoop the world. For real. If I got to go over there and whoop somebody in Chinatown for doing some silly ass shit. Anyway, drinking also causes, okay, we talked about that, increased chance of being in a car accident, okay? This is images. This is no one that we know. This is just an image. I know most of y'all visual. That's why I put this up for here, for y'all to see. Y'all know I'm watching y'all do silly stuff. God watching y'all do silly stuff. Y'all watching y'all do silly stuff. Some of your friends watching y'all do silly stuff. But I'm hoping that at least we can increase the awareness. Even though we already know things are happening. The world is getting crazier. There is so many spirits roaming on this planet. You just gonna give yourself up to be used? Try by. Okay, increased chance of being involved. Okay, let's be clear. One of the biggest risks of drunk driving is you increase your chance of an accident. You risk your life. The consequences of drinking and driving can be life-changing, and they are as follows. You may harm yourself or others. Legal consequences of drunk driving and financial consequences. What I want to hone in on is the first one. You may harm yourself or others. Baby, do whatever you want to do. I'm not your mama. I got my own kids and I got 2 Korean kids, okay? Do whatever you want to do, but don't harm other people doing it. You get it? Don't be so selfish and so consumed into thinking that you are having fun and you right, that you can hurt somebody else. By consuming alcohol into the body, it in effect extracts the very essence of the soul, allowing the body to be more susceptible to neighboring entities, most of which are low frequencies. So let me repeat this for you all, because I care. I care. My heart is too big. Because I care. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. We'll get into what really triggered this for me in a moment. I really want to touch bases on this, and I'm going to reread it so you understand. By consuming alcohol into the body, I'm a drinker too, it in effect extracts the very essence of the soul, allowing the body to be more susceptible to neighboring entities, most of which are low frequencies. Okay, so let's wrap our brains around this, because I know y'all visual. Okay, so we already know we drinking, but it wakes up. So like I was saying before, my nose got all up in my business. When you drinking, we gonna go into what God feels, because God ain't trying to tell you not to drink. So don't be bringing him all up in this drama y'all trying to have. God ain't got enough time for y'all. Be on too much with him. Don't keep coming for God, okay? Don't keep coming for him. All right. But anyway, so Galatians 5:22 and 23 says, hold on, a little light after that into the issue. But Galatians 5:22-23 says, but the spiritual nature produces love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, and gentleness, and self-control. And that's what I'm trying to let y'all know about, is self-control. Everything is good in moderation, but excessiveness becomes addiction. Okay? So get yourselves together, please. Okay? Let's get back. This is what God had to say about it. Okay, he has other things too, but drink and be merry. Jesus turned water to wine, so don't be bringing him in y'all drama. He ain't got nothing to do with y'all drama. Like y'all little silly stuff. No. Honey, he was here. He saw the fun. He just chose the right path because he was mad at his daddy. When he said, Daddy, why you did this to me? You remember when they had him on the cross because his Easter coming up? You know what he said to his daddy when he was up there on that cross? He went out there and got killed for us. And the least y'all could do is respect him. Y'all some disrespectful behind people. But that's y'all choice, okay? I love him. I still sip on my sister. I still get my groove on, but I pray to him. So whatever. Anyway, back to what we was talking about the spiritual perspective. The spiritual traditions recognize that alcohol affects both the mind and the spiritual heart. It creates a block to deeper awareness of your connection to the source. Okay? So the spiritual traditions recognize that alcohol affects both the mind and the spiritual heart. That's why y'all get out there and get ratchet, acting a fool on some alcohol just because it make you feel good. Child, boo. I wish I would. But my man, he could see it all. But I ain't finna be showing y'all all my goodness that God gave me, because if I show it to y'all, then all y'all gonna all want. I can't give myself to everybody. Nah, can I? Or can you? Anyway, whatever. All right, so Islam teaches that prayers aren't received for 40 days after consuming alcohol. Buddhism warns that intoxicants interfere with the path to enlightenment. Hinduism often recommends an abstinence to maintain purity of consciousness. Even in modern Christianity, abstinence is seen as a way to gain spiritual clarity. So I really had to hit y'all with some real facts, because I ain't need y'all coming for me acting like, Jesus, babe, I hit all the religions. Honey, when I was in college, I took the religions of the world. There are over 5,000. I've already been through my battle. I choose to worship, okay? But every relationship you build in your life is a relationship of respect. It should be. So a relationship that you're building with the Most High or with God, that's the same relationship of respect. So before you be down here trying to talk about all this and other stuff, if you ain't respecting yourself, you can't respect him. And he at least wants you to respect yourself. If not, you be around here, you let things like that on this screen creep up in you. Yeah, it's real. And I do believe in that kind of stuff. Because it's real. Because the facts that I have here are facts. This ain't what Mama and them said. This ain't what the church said, baby. Google it yourself. You don't believe me? Google it yourself. Anyway, so now we're going to go into a few cases that really caught my attention. So I'm in Florida. So, all right, in Florida, drunk driving accident victims typically have 2 years from the date of the crash to file a civil injury. So if you hurt somebody, they still can come after you 2 years later. 2 years. So while y'all here sipping on that scissor herb and stuff, y'all better be careful. Y'all better be glad that some people so silly they ain't educated enough to understand their real rights, okay? Okay, DUI incidents that result in injuries to other people or damage to property will also result in the following penalties. First degree misdemeanor, up to $1,000 fine and up to 1 year in jail. Stop playing with y'all life. Now we're going to go into a story that really caught my attention, and I was shooketh. And y'all know when I'm shooketh, I got to tell y'all about it because it shooketh me. Make sure y'all got it on the screen. This is the story of a Florida mother driving drunk and crashing her car with four kids inside. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and address her, and then one other story. Well, two actually, in the third video, which will be the final. So hang in there with me, guys. Okay.